You're trespassing. I'm the HOA president's son. I have the right. You need to leave here. You hear me? That's the first thing Derek said to me, right in front of my own damn cabin. Pine Valley Community Barbecue. You know what I mean? That was the moment I realized. Today, the real war was about to start. And these kids had no idea they'd just lit a fuse that had been waiting 3 years to blow. Let me back up a sec. I'm Jack Morrison, 45. Used to be a carpenter before my back went bad and benched me for good. This lakeside place. It's all I've got left from my dad. He built it, nail by nail. I was fixing some steps out front, sun on my back, mind in a good place, until I heard those cars. Not just one or two, but a whole convoy of shiny pickups and SUVs. 8. If you can believe it, rolling down my dirt driveway like it was the 4th of July parade. The first to jump out is Derek Whitman, 28, pink polo, sunglasses. Hair gel so strong you'd need a jackhammer to crack it. He's all smirks, talking about how his mom, the infamous Karen Whitman. His crew starts unloading coolers, tables, a smoker that probably cost more than my old Ford. It was the kind of privilege you can smell from a mile away. Don't worry, Mr. Morrison, Derek grins. My mother says this is all above board. Community event. We'll clean up after ourselves, promise. He says it like a joke, but there's an edge to his voice. I just stood there, hammer in hand. Not angry yet, just tired. That's interesting, Derek. I say, mind showing me a permit for this? Because, last I checked, this was my land. I watched the smile flicker. You know that moment when someone realizes maybe, just maybe, they messed up? Yeah, that happened. He laughs, all bravado. Dude, it's HOA business. Mom handles all that legal stuff. We're good. Don't be the guy who ruins it for everyone. Meanwhile, his friends keep setting up. One guy in a NASCAR tee plugs in a speaker. Another with the kind of sunglasses you only see on people who've never worked a day outside is assembling a smoker. It's like they're blind to everything around them, just rich kids on summer break. And I can feel my shoulders tensing up, same as every time Karen's tried to push me around these past 3 years. But what Derek didn't know, I'd been waiting for this. For the first time, Derek looks confused. His friends stop what they're doing, their heads turning like a school of fish, waiting to see who gets bit first. That's when I moved. Lock the gate. A gate my dad built, heavy iron, solid enough to keep out anything but a tank. Click the lock, watch their faces. Derek spun, grabbed the bars. You can't lock us in. Dial the number I'd memorized for just this occasion. Rodriguez, comes the voice. Sheriff Rodriguez. A man who owed me a favor since I pulled him out of a burning car 6 years ago. Jack? You finally cashing in, he laughed. Yeah, I said. I've got 9 trespassers on my property, all claiming HOA rights. You're gonna want to see this. Derek, meanwhile, is losing it, calling his mom, calling anyone who'll answer, voice climbing higher each ring. His friends aren't having fun anymore. One even starts streaming the whole thing live. Desperate for sympathy that isn't coming. Rodriguez tells me, I'll be there in 20. You good? Better than good. I say, this is the day we've all been waiting for. And that was just the start. By the time Rodriguez's cruiser bounced down the drive, Karen had arrived. BMW, pearls, hair perfect. Storming up to the gate like she owned not just Pine Valley, but the whole county. Mr. Morrison, she screeched, you will open this gate right now or face consequences. She waves a folder like a battle flag. But I was ready. I walked over with my own folder, 3 years of property records, stamped and sealed by the county recorder. Here's the thing, Mrs. Whitman. I said, this property? My dad bought it 15 years before Pine Valley HOA was even a thing. You have no authority here. She went pale, but tried to recover, claimed emergency HOA powers. You got written permission for this event. She couldn't answer. Before she could bluff again, a silver Prius rolled up, Sarah Mitchell, real estate lawyer and a wizard with drones. She fired up her camera drone, mapped out the boundaries in real time for everyone to see. My property, clear as day, never part of the HOA. If you could have seen Karen's face then, you'd have thought she'd seen a ghost. The live stream Derek's friend started? Now it's got over 1,000 viewers, all watching as Sarah drops the hammer. Mrs. Whitman, every threatening call, every attempt to intimidate Jack into selling, recorded, dated, filed. Sheriff, you might want to hear this. She played back recordings of Karen threatening neighbors, talking about siphoning HOA funds into personal investments. And just when I thought it couldn't get more cinematic, Tommy Sullivan, old-timer, local legend, rolled up with a box of old photos and receipts. Turns out, Karen used to rent this cabin every summer for her son's birthday parties back in the day. She'd paid cash, always polite, back when she still had a soul, I guess. But the twist that nobody saw coming? Tommy pulls out a folder. Derek, you need to know. You're adopted. Your real dad was Michael Brennan, a carpenter just like Jack. He died when you were little. Karen never told you. The live stream exploded, comments pouring in, everyone glued to their screens. Derek just crumpled, clutching a faded photo of his real father, sobbing as his whole world shifted. Karen? She snapped, screaming at Derek, at me, at anyone who'd listen. But it was too late. Rodriguez read her rights right there in front of everyone. Fraud, theft, conspiracy, misusing community funds. The handcuffs clicked, and with them, a whole era of fear and bullying ended. What happened after? Karen was kicked out as HOA president, ordered to pay restitution, banned from any position of power. Derek had to do community service, worked with me fixing up the neighborhood, learning carpentry, finding some peace with his roots. We threw a real community barbecue a month later. The whole neighborhood came, no drama, just people being people. Karen, last I heard, she was living in a tiny apartment across town, getting warnings for trying to set up her own tenant committee. Some folks never change. You know, some stories aren't about revenge, they're about justice. Sometimes you gotta lock the gate to open a door for others. And sometimes, the family you find is stronger than the one you're born with. So let me ask, have you ever had to stand up to a bully or discover a truth that shook your whole world? Drop your story below. Because talking about it, owning it, that's how we build a better neighborhood, one truth at a time. If this story hit home, leave a like, share it, and let's keep these conversations rolling. You never know who's watching or who might need to hear that they're not alone.